Coming up here, Circle Debate Podcast, episode 49, as we're going to go ahead and recap this past week's AEW Dynamite, giving our thoughts and breaking down every match, and also the prediction that we gave last week, Chris and I, which we already knew, but we'll talk about that shortly. Also, we'll talk pro wrestling news with the part 1 episode, and then part 2 of episode 49, we'll be discussing the results, recapping NXT TakeOver Night 1 and Night 2 Stand and Deliver. Did they stand and deliver? That's the biggest question there, so stay tuned. So as episode 49 starts right now. Welcome, everyone, to the Circle of Debate Podcast, episode number 49. Wow, we're 49 episodes in, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you very much for tuning in. This is the host of Devious One, Ivan C, here with my familia, the faction, the West faction. West of all West is here in California. No pun intended, championship on the line, but sorry, Circle of Debate, my bad. But yes. And I have, of course, El Director, the director, the one that loves to make sure that you are okay. And, yep, there you go. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kennedy.
What up?
And that's right. And also we have, let me get my mic. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a multi-time recording artist, a graduate from the Venus Hills. He is the 2018 Los Angeles World Karaoke Champion. He also lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Minnesota, Canada. He is the master of Dasher, the king of Sting, the man with the plan, Money, Mike Lopez.
Yes, it started with a dream, and now here we are, episode 49.
We've got a surprise run in by El Perro de la Muerte.
I
didn't know I knew that much Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's when you were El Gallinero.
I know. That's the only other Spanish I ever knew. I hung out in a bunch of locker rooms where Spanish was the primary language, and maybe I picked a few things up.
There you go. That is right. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, what a week of WWE content. But we're not talking about WWE right now. We'll talk about that in part 2. As of right now, we're going to go ahead and recap AEW. There you go. See, there you go. The one and only Mike Lopez is wearing that. Proud and prideful about it.
I can't wait to catch up, dude. There's an AEW t-shirt that I want. It's like $30 plus shipping. God damn, man. We need to get our boy, the wrestling guy. He's got to start getting some of that merchandise.
Yes, David will be joining us next week on episode 50. He will be joining our episode, so that's going to be very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and recap this past week's AEW Dynamite. Just remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, we all knew that AEW was not going to do great in the ratings. They lost this week. Of course, it's WWE week. It's TakeOver week.
It was a natural occurrence.
Absolutely.
It wasn't like there was 2 major shows going head to head. There was a network show versus a very major pay-per-view, quote unquote, event. So
yes,
no shame in this loss at all.
No, not at all. Absolutely. So let's start off with the opening match, and that is Adam Hangman Page versus Max Caster. Of course, he had his partner coming back, finally from the injury. So, and great opening match, but there was a couple botches there. So I'll go with you, Mr. Director. Your thoughts about that match?
Good opener, solid. They made some comparisons to Page and Caster. First of all, Caster is like edgelord supreme. Like whatever controversy happens that week, he's fitting that into a rhyme. And they're usually tasteless but funny, and that's kind of the joke. And I'm kind of cool with that. Depending. I know he made like a terrible joke like 2 weeks ago about the thing that happened to Paris Hilton's like dog walker getting shot, and that was fitted to a rhyme. Whatever. But the match itself was okay. I liked it. The theme of the match was that Adam Page was younger than Caster, but had 12 years experience versus the rookie who had 6 years experience. I don't think 6 years versus 12 years is really rookie versus veteran status. I think 6 years versus 1 year is rookie. 2 years versus 12 years, definitely. But I mean, at that point, it's really not a big selling point for me. The match was fine itself. The highlight of it really for me was that finishing sequence that had to have thrown Adam Page's equilibrium for literally a loop, where he did a backflip onto not Max Caster. I forget the gentleman's name who's ringside. He did a moonsault off the apron, hit him, got right back on the apron, and then it went forward with the buckshot lariat. So it was literally a backflip and then into a front handspring. I was like, dude, I'd be so dizzy. The fact that he was able to nail that sequence was it just gave me the whirlies, man. I was like, whoa. That was the highlight of the match, was just that really cool quick finish. Besides that, I didn't think Page was going to lose that match.
No, definitely. But, good for Caster, though. I mean, at least he was put up in a good, upcoming solid match. So good for him. Even though he kind of botched the superplex, but it happens.
Yeah, it is fair. He did jump up there and lose his balance a little bit and then jump back down, then jump back up.
Yeah.
The camera angle that they had was behind Page's butthole. So you kind of may have not noticed. And they didn't chant, you fucked up or anything like that. So, I mean, there was a pretty realistic botch. It wasn't like he fucking dropped him on his head off the top rope and anything like that. It was a fairly reasonable thing to kind of mess up.
Definitely. Money Mike, thoughts about the opening match?
Man, Max Caster is what we need nowadays. Yes, absolutely. I'm all in, on board with the raps. You got to have a little humor here and there, and yeah, I definitely find his raps to be humorous, and it's fun to hear, and I look forward now to whenever he comes out and see what he comes up with, because of that moment,
Yeah.
So to me that it's a fun thing. The match itself, yes, that spot right there that Chris was mentioning, where Hangman does the backflip, then goes for the buckshot lariat. Yes, I cannot imagine myself doing something like that. So,
I got just watching that shit, man. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that guy, he's, for as big as he is and all that good stuff, top notch. Hangman, Caster, I feel in the ring he's solid. I would say I wouldn't say that he's Botchamania worthy or something like that, but it all comes with experience and whatnot. So I enjoyed the match. Good opener and good way to start the night.
Oh yeah, great way to start the night. And then also we did have that segment, Death Triangle, coming out. Finally, the return of Pac from his ankle injury. I'm glad he's back.
I can't go another Dynamite without Pac in my life.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then all of a sudden we see Best Friends coming out with Orange Cassidy, and of course your girl, who's now officially part of the Best Friend circle right there.
I like it. I love it.
Nah.
I'm into mixed factions, man. AEW's got a couple of them.
Yeah, it's all factions.
They have a lot of them, and I love all three of them.
All of these factions. And what an odd way how to start it off. Like really, Orange Cassidy reminiscing what happened last year's, Revolution and the Dynamite. I'm like, oh, you think we've forgotten? We haven't forgotten. So okay, so it's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be a feud that we're gonna be seeing between Death Triangle and Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. So, Money Mike, are you excited for that feud, or what is you looking forward for that?
Okay, so this feud itself, yes, I did find it kind of a little odd that that they decided to go back all the way to before the pandemic to kind of find a reason to have this feud to happen, right? They had to dig deep for it, and it's fine. It's okay. What I'm not okay with is what's going on with Pentagon. Now, he had this could have potentially been a awesome feud with Cody Rhodes that, it just came up and poof, gone.
Yeah.
He just brought up his kid. Then the following week he lost to Cody with a roll up, and that feud is gone. No more. So I'm not really a fan of that per se. I would have much rather had that feud than the whole Nightmare and QT Marshall or whatever's. I read somewhere that QT's faction should have been called Cutie Pies. That would have been cool. But yeah, so as far as this feud right now, what we're actually getting, I'm cool with it. I get best friends away from Miro. Have Miro do something much better. So that's the plus side on that.
All right, director, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I was curious where the direction and why the direction that ended between the solo careers, I guess we would call it, of Ray Phoenix and Pentagon when they kind of split up for that 1 week, where it looked like they were going to try and test the waters in their singles careers, and then they just went right. I think I had mentioned before that maybe they just didn't know what to do with them because Pac was out and they hadn't come up with the Dorado kid, Lindsay Dorado.
Laredo.
I'm sorry. The letters of Dorado and Laredo are so similar. Like, you can rearrange the letters, you get the same word. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I think that they didn't have them in the picture, so they were trying to do something else, but then they realized they could just put them in there and kind of keep Death Triangle light. And then when Pac came back, obviously just put that trio back together. The interesting thing that was mentioned at the beginning of this promo was Pac was like, "Oh, best friends, you think you can come out here and act like you're contenders?" And then Trent was like, "Well, yeah, we're like 11-0 as tag team." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they absolutely can stand out there and claim, that contendership for sure."
Yeah,
it kind of like squashed every momentum that Death Triangle had coming into that contendership right there. I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I go over right now and I have up the tag team rankings as of April 7th, 2021. These don't make any sense to me. Obviously, Matt and Nick are the tag champions, but we got SCU at number 1, the Daniels and Kazarian version, and they haven't even tag teamed this year I can think of.
No, they have. It's just on either on Dark majority most of the time.
Then they haven't. Okay, yeah. So against contenders,
not
that I know of.
Probably one, I would say, the TH2,
so
TH2, and
I guess if you don't lose your spot, but they're not really keeping their spot, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Best friends aren't even on this list. It literally goes SCU, Jurassic Express, Butcher and the Blade, Bear Country, FTR. I don't know. But it's not unrealistic to think the best friends absolutely deserve to be either ranked or competitive opponents for Death Triangle. But if they're going for tag titles, is it Freebird rules where any two can defend or
see, that's like the biggest question there. They haven't even announced that yet. But see,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but this
Freebird rule should always apply. That should never be a thing. That if you're a trio, any two can defend or challenge at any time. That's fine. I love that rule. I actually really like that rule.
No, definitely.
But yeah, so it could be, whatever 3-on-3 for the tag title match. I don't know.
Yeah, or this could be finally like what you've been asking for, the trios title. So this could be fine. They can.
No goddamn reason they're not building up to that. I swear to God, I heard a rumor. I think from someone reliable. I can't remember where. If it's just fantastic theories that I've made up in my brain head here from years of getting dropped on it. But I thought I heard they were going to do something with the trios title last year, and the pandemic hit, and they kind of had to move on. But now's the time to start talking about it. Love to see a tournament. Always love a tournament for new titles, man. Like, that's my favorite thing to do right there.
Yeah, I love tournaments.
There's plenty of teams, man. You don't even need that many people in the round robin. You can literally just have it be 2 teams on both sides, and then those 2 teams challenge for the finals. That's it. You just have quarterfinals and finals. That's fine. Yeah. Unless you can create 6 or 8. I think 8.
I think 8 would be more better. Like 8-1. Yeah, it'd be more easier. Like have it weekly.
Bring in some indie titles. Bring in Culture Inc. They're a trio essentially.
Yes.
Just round up to the 8. Grab what you can. Move it through to the finals. Great content right there.
Definitely. All right, and then we see, of course, the return of the Inner Circle, their segment. I'm gonna say this right now, man. Jericho is the good joke, damn it. The good joke in promos.
Greatest
love
Jericho
it.
of all time.
Fucking love it. How he killed that fucking promo.
Did you guys watch the feed where they didn't air the commercial and they were showing the what was going on in the ring during commercial break when there was when they weren't filming?
No.
Huh. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, so since it's it airs live, I believe, right? It airs live?
Live. Yes.
Okay, so when it airs live, obviously they air the commercials, but they don't pause what goes on in the ring, essentially. So Inner Circle was in the ring. They did their opening promo, and then they go to commercial, and Jericho's still in the ring, and he does crowd work. He does some of the funniest crowd work of all time. He's saying things like, oh, it's good to be back. And hey, listen, we're going to be back from commercial in 30 seconds. So in 10 seconds, I want you guys to start doing that Inner Circle chant you guys were doing. Okay, you guys all ready? Let's do this. And I'm like, this is fantastic work, man. This guy really dominates the ring in all aspects. The mic, obviously the ring generalship, wrestling, but the crowd control, man, he just knows how to get people behind him. And having that little, I'm going to call that the fifth wall, which is behind the commercial wall, because you got the fourth wall, which is talking to the camera, and then you put that commercial wall, take that out, and now you're just candid. If you could find that footage somewhere, it'd probably be trickier. I'll talk to you off air about how to find it.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun. And then the crowd chanted. Yeah, the crowd chanted. I'm like, this is great. And then they come back from commercial and the chant's going.
I definitely got to see that. But I mean, this motherfucker, man, with the promos that he just cut up on MJF, like, oh, the scarf thing, I did it, years ago, and now you're trying to copy me, stealing my shit. And I love it. What, you want a list?
Here's a list. I've got a list in the back. Anything else you want to steal? Fantastic.
Epic, and I love it. And finally, we got the challenge that we've been waiting for quite some time. We've been, saying it for the previous past episodes in our archive, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe and watch the archives, or go back to Spotify and listen to them. But yes, we've been saying that they got to do this match of Blood and Guts. So it looks like it's now going to happen. The challenge, it was made by the Inner Circle, challenging the pinnacle, courtesy of Heart.
Wait, don't you mean the pineapple?
The pineapple.
Yeah, dude.
The pineapple. But definitely, yes. Director, tell me, what are your thoughts, and are you excited?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to have to be something. It's going to be war. I mean, I don't want to say war games, obviously, but it's going to be I don't want it necessarily to be a cinematic match. I want it to be more like the Stadium Stampede match, where it was live, but it was throughout the arena, and it was 8-on-8 or 4-on-4, whatever version. I think this is going to be 5-on-5, something like that. There's no other way you can't have it that way. That's the only way it's going to be settled. I don't want like a 5-on-5 elimination Survivor Series style thing. I want it to be like that backstage brawl they had last week, but on a bigger scale. It's called Blood and Guts, and this is going to be the match that gives it that title. No questions about it.
Definitely. Money Mike.
Yes. We were going to see Blood and Guts a different way last year, but you know what? If anything, I'm kind of more optimistic about this. This lineup of the match that we're going to get. I don't know what to expect out of Blood and Guts. Is it just going to be the same thing as Warrior Games, but just different name? Or is it going to be a different kind of structure? Or what is it going to be? But, it's going to be in front of an audience, and it's going to be, hopefully, awesome. I like the whole stable thing in AEW where, and we've spoken about this before, that I've said that it's more realistic, that you stick around with your friends and your group of friends, and if they attack you in the ring, you have their back. So that's what we're seeing there. We're seeing groups, we're seeing stables, and that's going to allow for these types of matches, not just Blood and Guts, but like a Stadium Stampede down the line, or all sorts of different things that they can do as teams. And yeah, I'm all for it. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it as well. I cannot wait for that, and I'm hoping. I mean, and it's funny how they're doing it early on, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Knowing that it's double or nothing, even throughout that same month. I believe like before Memorial Day weekend or on Memorial. I don't quite remember.
May 23rd.
May 20. Okay, so it's before then Memorial Day, right? Or is it or during?
After. I think it's the same weekend. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so they still haven't made no announcement of that as of yet. I mean, unless they're going to stick with just blood and guts for that month of May. So that's like the biggest question that we would like to, find out, because if there's going to be 2 pay-per-views in 1 month, why not? I mean, the heck with it. Why doesn't go for it? But by the looks of it, I guess I maybe just sticking to this one only. It may be Double or Nothing in June. So yeah, you never know.
Well, they already announced Double or Nothing.
They already did already?
Yeah, they did.
Shit, I don't even know that. Wait, what? May 23rd?
Okay, so I say this because I had planned on going. Yes, I had planned on going in for the Vegas one, but then they announced it during Revolution that it was going to be in Daly's place. They moved it over there, but it's still happening. So they already announced the event itself, May 23rd, but it's going to be over there.
That's an unfortunate. It's not the same. Damn it. Oh, well. It is what it is. Well, all right, move on. Let's move on with the Kong versus Zilla, but it's Bear versus Dinosaur. I'm sorry, but Bear Country versus Jurassic Express, I'm going to give my thoughts very briefly. It was just more like no pun intended towards Luchasaurus or Jungle Boy. Not their fault. Just Bear Country, kind of not. I think for me it was too soon. I think they need more TV time. It just was not intriguing. The match, several botches, was not intriguing. So it was more like a meh match for me. But I don't know if you guys saw where Luchasaurus was cross-bodying towards Boulder, and you could definitely saw he hurt himself. That arm. That's why he was holding his arm for a cool minute, because it looked. I was scared for him for a minute because it looked like it had bent backwards. Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm like, oh my god. I hope he didn't break it or anything or dislocate it. But he still finished the match strong. But was it intriguing? No. Even the fans and stuff were not really into it, and it's an unfortunate. And it sucks that it happens to Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Like I said, no pun intended towards Bear Country, but I feel they need more TV time, as in not having their botches matches on Elevation or Dark, like 10-minute squash, 5-minute squash. No, they need longer matches with greater competitors to get the chemistry going, and especially when you're going to be in a TV slot on Dynamite. So I'll go with you, Money Mike. Your thoughts about that match?
Okay, so here's the downside. I've heard that, he's just an AEW mark, and they could do no wrong. Well, here's the thing. I call it out when I see it, and I see it here, that they need to elevate, no pun intended, the talent that's on Dark and Elevation. Mm-hmm. Bear
that's
Country
what those before.
But see, we don't see them on Dynamite, or it's kind of, I guess, for the person that is only watching TNT and doesn't tune into YouTube and all that good stuff, then they don't really get the whole picture. They don't get the whole story as far as groups like Bear Country and other people that are currently only on YouTube. They need to kind of start making new strategies to expose this new talent to TV, to the national audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that they're lacking in that department, which is why the whole Godzilla versus Kong thing did not hit, I guess you could say. And it was pretty clear that it was a marketing tool for the movie. I feel like it was that more so than the focus being on the match itself. So yeah, there you go. That's something that they did wrong, and I do hope that they improve that in the future.
All right, CK1.
Yeah, the same. I think Jurassic Express is ranked 2, and Bear Country is already 4. I don't know how that's, and you don't even have best friends or that triangle bet. I don't understand.
Yeah, I know.
Bear Country is 6 and 1. I'm assuming those 6 were on like Elevate or Dark, and then that 1 is to Jurassic Express. I get that, Luchasaurus is the biggest guy in the tag division. That's fine. You need big guys, and this whole feud is to market the Donkey Kong and Gorilla Machine movie, whatever it's called. It's just maybe they're rushed. Maybe they're just not ready for the lights that are national broadcasting. It seems like a lot of the matches are just kind of a spot fest for throwing around Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt. And then, Lucha comes in, does his tail whip, gets to finish. That's kind of the formula they're going with right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that – I almost think that now that I look at these rankings, that dark matches and elevate matches should have their own ranking system, and it should not reflect the Dynamite ranking system, because you can technically, if this was, real fighting, you could stat pad and go over and beat a bunch of jobbers and acquire like 100-0 like Goldberg did when he used to go over to Thunder and Saturday morning.
Oh my God.
Take out dudes like Wrath and the Cat. He would stat pad his record to get up to 100, but I can't name more than 4 people that mattered on that list. That's all it is, man. Marketing. Maybe they were testing the waters with Bear Country, 2 big guys, heavy machinery, slightly more heavier kind of. But that's it, man. Like, I hope that feud's over with. That's pretty much it. Jurassic Express deserves better, but it's good they're giving the new guys, some time to shine and figure them out. This just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Gonna be a no from me, dog.
Yeah, there you go, dog. Is the no. Sorry, guys, but no bueno. No bueno. See, Tom Mike said, he speaks more for himself too, because he's an AEW now. He's not a mark, ladies and gentlemen. He just likes the product. Period.
Professional fans.
Yes, we're professional friends. Okay,
Exactly.
we're not uncles, or we're not seltzers or other pieces of shit.
Careful! You got an NDA pending.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you. I gotta be careful. All right, so moving on. Now I want to know. Really want to get your thoughts on this. The QT Marshall segment that we just saw. Yeah, he called out Cody. I like what he said. I laughed the fact that he literally pointed at Aaron Solo, or like somebody's boyfriend that well, that was ex now, because that was Bailey's ex-boyfriend. They've been ex-fiance. They were together for more than 5 years, so he was known more like, oh, that's Bailey's boyfriend and fiance. Nick Comoroto, of course, his body, but his looks. And then Anthony the Go-Go, he is a former Olympic boxer. He's a former Olympic champion as well, and he's very well known in the UK. So his reputation is there. The guy has it, and he's very known. And not only that, but now they're finally exposing more UK talent. Which, don't get me wrong, it's about time, because we haven't really seen that in AEW as of late. Not much of it. I don't know European stars. Just, Miro, but that's Bulgaria. But what no pun intended for Miro. But there hasn't been really nobody else. I know Kip Sabian is
in AEW.
In AEW.
Kip Sabian for sure. I wouldn't really consider Miro Middle Eastern, I guess, technically.
Well, he's no
You're Asian. Is it Eurasian?
Bulgaria.
No, I know that, but that's like
Russia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like about Russia.
Right in between.
Okay.
Asian.
Yeah, it's kind of Asian. You're right.
Russia is also Asian.
Yeah.
It's like.
But yeah, Anthony Gogo, I like this promo though.
Who else? That's about it. That's probably about it I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I like Anthony Gogo's promo. I like how his little shoot. I was impressed, and I'm looking forward to seeing his debut match next week. So I hope he delivers for sure on that, and I'm really looking forward to see how his career will stand. But then at the end, then you see Comoroto throwing blue paint onto Nightmare Factory logo on it. He fucked up. That was a botch. I'm sorry.
That was it.
It was a fucking botch.
Whatever. You don't really get to do that twice.
I think he was trying to aim at. Yeah, you can't. He was trying to aim at the skull. So he's like, "Fuck." It happens. Were you impressed of the QT Marshall promo, especially coming out of him, CK1?
Impressed. If you are as a veteran as we are led to believe QT Marshall is, then you should be good at promos by now. So no, I was not impressed. But I would have been disappointed if he was worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just want to see. I want to see more about. I want to see more before I care. That's all it is, man. Like my heart's open. I want to care. Just because I don't now doesn't mean I won't later. That's tons of content where I didn't think I was going to care about it, and then I ended up doing so, or the opposite. So, we have a new faction, obviously, an All Elite faction, the Factory, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we'll see, man. It's a lot of dynamic characters in here. We got QT Marshall, who's kind of like a dorky wrestler, and then an absolute beast in Anthony Ogogo, who's a silver medalist. I don't remember the name of the gentleman with the long hair in the back that kind of looks like the Butcher's little brother.
Nick Camarado.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him besides what you just told me right now and what he kind of looks like. I'm patient. Impress me. Let me see
What about the boyfriend? You forgot about the boyfriend.
I don't know.
Ex-fiance, Aaron Solo.
Who did he used to date? Cody or something? Or
Bailey.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That was Bailey's ex-fiance. But no, I mean, Aaron Solo has credentials. I mean, he's a Japan, I think, on Black Label, I think, world champion.
It's not retribution where it's dead on arrival.
Yeah.
I give everything in AEW. And what's cool about AEW is they also give it like a 2 to 3 week run and then, pull it if it doesn't work. So we'll see what's up.
Definitely. Money Mike, what are your thoughts about the cutie pies, how you call it?
Yes, the cutie pies. Man, Chris Kennedy, he said it best.
I did? I said something cool?
Yes, you said it best. My heart is open. I want to love this. I want to, but it's boring to me now.
I just don't want to hate it. That's all I'm asking. Don't make me hate it. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. Don't make me hate it. I don't care about it right now, but I want to. And I'm sure with the proper build up and all that good stuff, maybe that'll be another blood and guts match that could happen. Who knows, right? At this point.
I would love to see, versus the Gun Club and whoever else Cody can round up, man. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like they're probably building all these plots for that event only. To probably depending on how many matches they're gonna have on it. I don't know. I mean, by far we already see the Pinnacle and Inner Circle. We got Dark Order versus the Hardy, the Hardy family for sure. Hardy. I don't know who else. I mean, we could possibly see maybe Cody's, the Factory versus the Nightmare Factory. Probably could see that.
Right.
And
Kitty pies.
Kitty pies.
I'm gonna have to make that shirt.
You're gonna have to make that shirt. Cutie pies. But I don't know. That one is gonna be a very, we have to see that one. But yeah, I can say one thing about AEW that they lack upon is their promos. They need to really develop their promos on not the veterans, but more the upcoming risings, like QTs, like them, even like Team Taz's one. I mean, I was expecting Taz and everyone else to help and assist of building a promo, get me intrigued with that promo, that shoot. I mean, I like what QT said, but it wasn't like powerful enough for me. Like, you sound like geeky as fuck. I mean, you're burying Cody. I like what you said, but you're not meaning it was ruthless aggression.
Yes.
That's what I want. Is give me that aggression for me to be like, oh my God, he really got there. That's what I would like for AEW to work on their talents.
You should have seen Jericho's promo at the beginning.
Oh my God! If anything, I hope Jericho does a promo 101. Yeah, I hope he does that. I mean, you can sit down. All right, class. All right, jackasses. Promo 101. How to do a fucking promo. They really need to work on that. So don't think we're like the other guys that only kiss AEW's ass, ladies and gentlemen. No, we talk about everything and we bask and we don't like either.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put air conditioning on. It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. So take a. Oh my God. No.
Well, am I wearing pants? I hope I do walk out of frame without pants on.
Too bad.
Where's Matt?
I know. Where is Senor Calles? Senor Calles.
Calles.
Yeah, we don't know. He's currently either at work, ladies and gentlemen, or he's taking care of other situations. But hopefully he join us. I mean, but we'll see if he does. I mean, but definitely, I still feel that. But definitely, that's one thing I hope they're able to find a way to develop their stars of getting better promos and better packages. I mean, like I said, that's the only thing they need to really develop in AEW majorly. And, they could, like I said, NXT has that for sure. They have the best promos of all time. Better than the main roster, in my opinion. But yes, NXT has way better promos than AEW. All right. In this Dynamite was a lot of segments, especially. And then right after that, you got the Stang segment. Lance Archer. Okay, I like what Sting told me. Yeah, you're right. You need your time. Jake, show him these. What are you doing? Give him that showtime. Is this gonna be a build-up for Archer versus Sting? I mean, right away I'm saying no. That's a bad move. Whoever booked that.
You don't like that?
You don't like that, Mr.
I'm scared about
Mr.
that.
Ivan?
Reason why, because
there's a difference between what you're scared about and what you want to see.
I'm like I said, I'm a human being, man. I have feelings, bro. I'm scared for Stang because, man, okay, you got a big man. Wow, okay, I don't know. Scary.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. That's true. So but okay. I mean, like how you said, director, my heart is open. My heart is open.
I don't see it going any other direction. Why would they have Lance come out every week for the past month? And
I mean, maybe he's gonna be the upcoming challenger to take away Darby Allin's TNT title, which I don't mind that.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But he's gonna have to get through Sting to do it, and that's gonna be the match.
That's probably what they're gonna do. He has to get through Sting first to get his title shot, to earn his title shot versus Darby.
Love that so bad.
Definitely.
Can you imagine Sting taking Blackout?
Oh my God.
That move is so crazy. I don't understand how strong you have to be to hit that. And he's hitting it on dudes his size. I think he hit it on the Butcher once. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That dude has to be able to deadlift and squat like a Buick to pull that move off.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, Money Mike, would you like to see that?
Yes. And you know what, man? Tony Khan better hit us up. He needs to have us on speed dial because that idea right there, having Lance Archer go through Sting first in order to get the title shot, awesome writing right there. I would definitely want to watch that. Have that be the build up to Double or Nothing, right? I think that would be cool. That would be a great place for that to culminate. And Lance Archer, man, the guy looks the part. He wrestles the part. He's got the whole world in his hands, right? The wrestling world. So yeah, I would definitely go with that direction. And as far as the weekly interviews with Shivani and Sting, I think it's a little Skivone, all that. I think it's a little time to change that up a bit. Have him interviewed by Excalibur for once, right? So switch it up.
I've never seen Excalibur not behind the desk though, so I don't know if that's really what he wants or what his role is.
That's
he's done some sit downs in the back. I remember he did one with the Young Bucks, but he's never been the point person for the
interviews.
Yeah. So
I don't think he likes that. Marvez, yeah, maybe Marvez, yeah, but I don't know about Excalibur. I don't think that's his cup of tea, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like if he doesn't like it, I don't know. There's a reason that he's not done them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe wrong. Tony Schiavone is good. He's great. He's always been like that.
Yeah, I was weird.
It's getting a little redundant at this point.
I like Schiavone now, but I remember not liking Schiavone for some reason back in WCW, but I think it had to do more with the product as a whole, and then just people that worked for the company just automatically to me were not my favorites. I didn't like Mike Tenay at all. I didn't like Schiavone at the time. But I think it's one of those I was such a WWE fanboy that I just didn't like out of just contrarianism. You work for the company I don't like, so I automatically don't like you. It's probably what it is, because now that he's in AEW and I love AEW, I don't mind Schiavone. So it's maybe I just had a very biased attitude towards him 25 years ago. Literally, I was 15, so what do I know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, but you know what? Mike Tenay wasn't bad at TNA, though.
Don't do the math on that, people at home. I'm not that old.
Hey, but I did like Mike Tenay and TNA. He did a great job with Dom West. Not a bad.
Yeah, I didn't watch much TNA. I watched when they for TNA, just real quick, I only watched it until they got rid of the 6-sided ring, and then for some reason maybe cable, maybe I didn't have cable for a while, maybe that was what it was, but I know I watched everything leading up to the end of that 6-sided ring.
Yeah. And then after that, we did see the match. The TNT was defended. Darby Allin defeating J.D. Drake. Great for JD. Solid. Darby sold a lot for him, made him look strong. Not hating on Drake. He is a very good wrestler. Has a lot of attributes. I did like how Jay Hart said, like, it reminds me of Bruiser Brody. Like, no.
Yeah. He was trying to say he was fat but strong.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to say it that way, dude. He kept trying to find hyperbole. He's like, oh, he may not be a bodybuilder, but he can lift weights. I'm like, he was beating around the bush with the bruiser thing, and like, you may not have the body type. I'm like, dude, chill. We get it. He looks like Eugene. I get it.
Yeah, oh my God! Right with the fucking jacket. But man, no, the guy's great. He has great credentials. But this looks strong for Darby Allin in this match. Is looking weak for him, in my opinion, because the fact is that you got to be a strong champion. Yeah, I get it. You're a fighting champion. I know you're selling because you were like that. Okay, I'm getting my ass whooped. I'm coming to hulking up type of style, and I'm coming back and winning. But I need to see better of Darby. I love him as a champion, but I feel that he needs to excel more in his matches, and that's what I would like to see more of him. If that's the case, like I said, I'd rather have Lance Archer be that TNT champion. My opinion. I mean, I know there's Darby fans out there, ladies and gentlemen, but I am too. But I'd rather have a strong champion and not getting. I like the fact that you're putting other stars over, but don't do it all the time. Though. You need to, fight more, fight fire with fire type of style, and not like how Mike, like redundant every week. Like you're getting your ass whipped, they come back, and then you win. That's the only thing that I kind of like see in a way. So I'll go with you, director. Your thoughts about that match?
Yeah, there's a few things about the Darby Allin character. One good thing is that he does sell very well and he does put over the opponent very well. I want to compare him to Sasha Banks in the sense that he does look like he's getting thoroughly destroyed for a lot of the match, and the way he takes bombs are devastating looking. But for Champ to be taking that much damage, to only have maybe 1 second of dominance at the end of the match and get that win, he's the consummate underdog, and that's what he's billed as. That he kind of like tires you out, and then he comes back and wins. Like you beat him up for so long, you get tired, and then he has to come back and then wins. That is a wrestling story in the ring. It's not nearly a dominant performance. It's the way the script is written. But yeah, like having Lance Archer in there, even Cody, when Cody was running shit with that title, it wasn't always so one-sided, I guess. Darby Allin matches are very one-sided until the very end, where other champions usually it's at least 50-50. But that's the story. You're rooting for the kid. That just is what it is right now, and we'll see if he ever becomes his world beater instead of the guy who just slips through the floorboards to get the victory.
Agreed. Money Mike, your thoughts?
Darby Allin matches are like Homer Simpson fights.
I was going to say that, but I didn't do it.
It's just all the damage that you can take to get your opponent tired, and then one move and that's it, right? You get the win. Champion finds a way to win and all that good stuff. Yes, redundant, I think so. And honestly, I don't know what this Drake guy did to earn the title shot. I don't know if I missed something or what was going on there. I don't know what he did to earn that, right? It should be something that is earned, a title shot, right? That's what keeps the title prestigious. And there was nothing to indicate that. So I think that kind of devalued, or kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I know that Matt Hardy's the next challenger. Is it a title match?
Yeah.
Next week? Yes. So I would have rather him get a win over Drake, non-title, and then next week be the title match with Matt Hardy. Because, you get Drake and Matt Hardy, You know, I feel that Matt Hardy is a much more bigger name in the wrestling business that he could build his legacy on, right? And I'm talking about Darby Allin. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and so there you go. So there's that, and I also think that the Matt Hardy and Darby Allin match is a little too soon. I know we spoke about it last time, and I honestly was thinking about it in kind of a long-term booking. We actually, if I remember correctly, we booked it for Double or Nothing.
Yes.
For this to end all the way until the end of May, but we're getting it next week. So either something's gonna happen, or one of them is gonna lose, and Darby Allin's gonna move to something else.
Or a lot of involvement with Dark Order, of course, as well. They got to get involved. I mean, something's going to happen that is going to involve them, especially with Dark Order. We may even see Hangman Page get involved, because ever since he won the match against Matt, we haven't seen him confronting Matt. All we see is Matt in Dark Order, but not
Don't remind him. I want that to be done with. Move it on.
So we'll see what happens, and there we go.
Okay, definitely. And then another segment after that, that's when we see the pinnacle. The pinnacle. Why? I'm sorry, that's the pinnacle. Pineapple
was pretty funny.
Pineapple was more. Piña. Yes, they attacked. The good joke. They brought him to the Reno. They locked the inner circle in their dressing room. They brought him in. Of course, you hear the theme song. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then it's the Iron Mike Tyson coming back. Tyson, JR.
Right hand.
And showing up to the rescue. I guess Sean Spears got the one who got the worst.
Those body shots. He just ripping them, bro. Scary shit, dude.
Hey, man. No matter, even from his last fight, he looked in great shape and still looks in great shape, man. Jesus. Mike Tyson can go, man, and I'm always happy to see him. And we did see then the inner circle came out, make it even. Of course, Jericho and Mike Tyson kids have made up. Of course, they hugged, whatever. And okay, so now, what's next? Looks like Mike Tyson is now with the inner circle, and it's good to see Mike. But I'm sorry. I love Mike, but I wanted. Where's Shaq after all this shit? After that match,
Shaq versus Tyson, holy shit!
Right? They need to finish with that one as well, because he just left. They're like, come on, kind of like, huh? But yeah, your thoughts about that segment, Money Mike?
Yes, Mike Tyson came back, but where's Rashad Evans and Henry Cejudo and the whole posse that came with him last time?
Vitor Belfort.
Yeah, Vitor was in there too. What happened with them? Yeah, I would have wanted them to come back too. But there you go. I guess the whole plot hole of now they're friends. All of a sudden, it just is a little hard to ignore sometimes. But where's this going, right? I would imagine that they brought him back this second time, now that they know that, okay, he had his fight, he's, preparing for Holyfield, but that's a ways away. He has time now. He can actually be part of something, and he's going to be there next week. So I would like to see kind of, where all this ends up. So hopefully somewhere, hopefully we don't get another yawning on the chair.
Oh my God.
Situation. Yeah.
I forgot about that when Mike Tyson was just sitting on a chair.
He was like,
oh my God. Oh, that was funny. I couldn't believe
is the match over?
Is that my cue?
Yeah. So, hopefully it goes better this time around.
Yeah, definitely. Director.
I like seeing Tyson. I like it. It was cool. It was pretty rad. I don't know if this evens the numbers or puts one extra in the pocket of the inner circle. There's always, the thing where Tyson could turn on inner circle. That would not surprise me either. Fantastic shape. If you told me 30, 40 years ago that Tyson would be like this sober vegan that's still doing the damn thing and still the scariest man on the planet, It's just crazy transformation that he's went through, and I'm whatever sins he's caused in the past are not what we're discussing here. I'm entertained by what he does, and I'm glad AEW has him, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to wait to see what that happens. All right, then we have another match. We get Tay Conti versus a Bad Bunny Ali. I'll get my thoughts right away. Okay, I like it. Okay.
All right, yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, it builds up. It builds.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, I mean, it builds up Tay Conti. I'm just hoping that we will see a Tay Conti and Hikaru Shida match for the AEW Women's Title. I think it's about that time, and I'm hoping they're building to that. It looks like they're going towards that route. I see that there's going to be another tag match eventually, or San Francisco, and I mean, most definitely will probably. Eventually, Hikaru will probably challenge Tay. Okay, look, Tay, I love your, love you, but I want you to face me for the title. I need a challenger. We might see that down the road. We might even see them Blood and Guts or Double or Nothing. That could be the route. And if that happens, I'm calling this right now, the theory, and I'm going to say it right now. Anna Jay is going to come back. She's going to turn her back on Tay. You stole my spotlight. You stole my spot. It should have been me. It should have been me. She'll turn on Tay Conti, and then you'll have your match right there with Tay. And
does she turn, or does the entire Dark Order turn with her?
No, she turns. Anna Jay does.
Right.
The Dark Order.
But I mean, that would mean that Tay is. I mean, she still technically isn't really like officially in, but Anna Jay would take. She would still be in Dark Order after.
Yeah, I feel like she'd still be in Dark and probably.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, it's bound to happen anyways. Either way, honestly, this was more built for Anna Jay in the first place. That was the intentional.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, this was the intention for her. But with the injury that occurred, it kind of backtracked. So I mean, this is something that they will have to switch, maybe, or they just leave it alone, and maybe just or the other way you could do it is get her ass beat as hell, and let's say by Britt Baker, and then obviously then Anna makes a save. Then you have an Anna Jay Britt Baker match for sure. I mean, why the hell not? There's so many theories, so many ways you could plot the build up for Anna Jay's return, and for them in the title picture. You can still do it somehow. Fatal 4-way, triple threat, 2-way, 1-way, anyway. So, CK1, talk to me about that match.
Tay Conti did a fantastic job of making Ali look so much better than she did. I know Ali has a great history of wrestling. I don't know if this was just the way the character was supposed to be, but she didn't look very good in the match.
Yeah.
She didn't look good walking around. I don't know if that's just the character. She's skulking. She kind of has bad posture. She kind of like just. I get that that's probably the character. She's supposed to be like a real creepy person. But Tay Conti did a goddamn good job of overselling. She took some DDTs. She kind of sold them like RVD, where she like springs up and she's like, "Holy shit!" But yeah, that was a match that showcased Tay Conti. And then Hikaru Shida being outside, preventing the kendo stick from the top rope and then holding it, applauding Tay winning. That's the match, obviously. I hope it's a clean match. I don't want Britt Baker coming out and interfering. I don't want the Anna Jay turn. We'll see. That's basically, like you said, there's so many pieces that it can always be just turned one direction and change the entire scenery of that division. So, but what I want a clean match between her and Hikaru Shida. That would be, fantastic. That'd be a great match. That'd probably be a 5-star match as far as American television goes.
Yeah.
American television.
Agreed. I believe so too. I'm with you on that 100%. Money Mike, do you agree with that?
I actually disagree with the whole Dark Order and Tay Conti being kicked out, or I actually don't think that would happen. I think that I don't think Tay Conti would win the title. I could be wrong, obviously, but my guess is that I don't think that they would give it to her. Britt Baker, she is the person. There is no other person as deserving in story as Britt Baker. Now, I do think that, if that's what it takes, if Tay Conti versus Shida, and then Britt Baker comes out and beats both of them up, DQ, and ends that great match. If that's what it takes for Britt Baker to get the title shot finally, then so be it. I'll allow it. You have my permission, AEW. If that's what it takes to get Britt Baker the title, do it. There you go. That's it. Britt Baker next in line.
All right. Bold statement. Well said.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call Tony Khan real quick. I have my
Yes. Tell him Mike sent you.
Oh my goodness. And then after that, we do have the main event of the evening. That is the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega defeating Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks. Tell them, CK1. Tell them we told you so.
No surprises here.
No surprises here. We said it last week. They're going to go heel. It was obvious. So fucking obvious they were going to go heel. I like that the confusion. I'm like, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I V-trigger him? Like, shit, I don't know. And then Moxley, from there I knew already.
They turned down the what's the Young Bucks version of V-trigger? The double V-trigger?
The V-trigger. The
BTE trigger, that's right.
Yeah, BTE trigger.
They didn't do that. They talked themselves out of that, and then obviously the turn happened right there. Yeah.
And then when that happened, I mean, it was a solid match overall. Solid. Everybody works. They had great chemistry, all of them, between all 6 of them.
I was thinking as this match happened, like just 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. If you ever told me that I was going to see Dean Ambrose teaming with the Young Bucks, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or Good Brothers versus Kenny. It's a weird, wrestling's weird, man. My internet just moved. I might have to resync it. Hold on. Let me fix that shit real quick.
All right. Well, yeah, but I can tell you right now that match definitely was solid. There we
go.
I like the fact that they were
my internet.
Awesome. But definitely it was a good match. And then we just see the Young Bucks turning. Eddie Kingston trying to make the save. He got his ass whooped and leaves him okay. They didn't do the too sweet. They just hugged it out and then ended. Senor Don Calles, he's not here, but to speak upon what he just did, I guess he's currently at work at this moment. But overall, it was expected. We knew, but I'm going to save my theory for last because I want to get your thoughts about it. So I'm going to go with you, Money Mike. Your thoughts.
I don't know about you guys, but I think that this segment was filled with next level consciousness, right? Somebody had to say
I thought
somebody got to say it.
I thought there was a lot of human dumpster going on, but okay.
No, that's what that means, actually.
Okay.
No, honestly, okay. I'm not liking it. To be honest, I'm not really liking it because, first of all, Young Bucks are tag champions. They should be focused on their next challengers, not the whole thing or their friendship with the Good Brothers and all that. Unless it ends up that the Good Brothers will eventually challenge them, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. You focus on your division. You let all this whole Omega stuff deal with itself. But that's just me, right? I don't know. The pacing is a little weird in the story itself, and it just hasn't grabbed me yet. Maybe down the line it'll improve, but at this point, I feel that the Bucks should have been more involved with their own division.
Director, do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's spotty. We don't know where it's going. It's all over 2 different channels usually. I mean, I don't think that they've had a lot of TNA appearances lately. Impact. My bad. Yeah, it's constantly like, it's like they're making it up before the cameras start to roll. The only logical direction I'd see it going that's coherent is that Kenny and Don are like, oh, we've got the Young Bucks back together and we've got the Good Brothers back together. Well, now we've got 2 tag teams that need to fight each other for Kenny's love and prove who truly is the dominant tag team. And that's the end of it. That's got to be the direction it's going. And then you just have like this, I don't know, what a Bullet Club not called a Bullet Club. I don't know. I don't know what the end game is with this giant storyline that's just weird. It's like just a sweater that doesn't know how to put itself together. That's just I don't know. I don't see an end game. I don't have a resolution to it. I don't want to say I don't care. I care, but I don't know what to care about yet. That's all. I don't know.
You have an open heart. You care about it.
Yeah, open heart for sure. I just like, are we gonna? Now we have 2 tag teams that are heels, and then the champion's a heel. And then,
it's just your old school Bullet Club. How it was back in New Japan days. All they're missing is Tamatanga and Tongaloa. That's it. And then you have your old school elite, and you're missing the rest of them as well.
Right. But I mean, they've always switched leaders, and now AEW Finn and blah blah blah.
By the way, I don't know if you guys heard Excalibur when he was telling Don Callis, "Get your hands off me!" Like when he was sitting, when he went to go sit down as a commentator. I don't know how you caught that. Like Excalibur actually went serious. Like, "Hey, get your hands off me! What the hell? Don't touch me!" Like, oh my god! Like
wait,
Excalibur,
to who?
To Don Callis.
It's Callis, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't catch that.
I caught it. I'm like, oh shit! Excalibur was bad. No, don't touch me! Oh my god! All right, you guys give your thoughts now. Here's my theory about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get myself ready for this. Okay.
Please.
A lot of people are not happy. Social media, they were meh about this turn. Everybody knew it was expected. What's next, right? The biggest question mark. We could do, this is my theory that I would like for it to become in fruition because it makes sense. But I know what they're going to do first. Of course, we're going to see Christian ended up going ahead and get involved somehow. Teaming with Moxley and Eddie Kingston, we may see this triangle also as well, even up the odds against the elite since they have the tag team title shots. We might see that next week. That's the involvement that it might occur, unless they're gonna just stick Christian to work with the team Taz and that offer happened and he didn't say anything as of yet. But I guess you're gonna start working with them that program maybe first, but. Down the line of what I see is if this continues, okay, now you have the old school OG Bullet Club heel faction together. One person will be coming to AEW to the throne, Kenny Omega. This individual is not only just like this with Kenny Omega, he knows him very well. And he has worked in the States. And he just became a former world champion. That's the sign that we will be coming to dethrone Omega, and Omega's eyes are going to be like,
Ivan, can you stop right now? I will talk to you about what you're talking about off air, but you cannot further. If you're going the direction you're going, you got to protect someone in the room right now. Let me DM you real quick, privately real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hey, whoa, hold on.
Quit talking. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh no.
This is what I feel.
Okay. Ivan, check your DM.
He slid into the DMs.
I didn't send it to you though. I took you out of that equation. In case
I don't. I mean,
is that what you're talking about?
No.
For all our Spotify listeners, I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
And I am just as intrigued as you are.
Okay.
Well, okay.
We can only talk about it with you tomorrow.
Okay. But that's a great theory, but I don't see
that's not what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about
another
one.
Now you can name drop.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I
was protecting Mike from something big.
Okay. But yeah, this individual is like close with Kenny. Very extremely close, knows Kenny very well. Like I was saying, we'll be in shock to see him come and dethroning him because none other than his lover, Kota Ibushi.
I thought you were going to say Michael Nakazawa.
Michael Nakazawa, no.
I'm fired.
I would totally be like,
I would be shocked.
Michael Nakazawa, no, not like Nakazawa.
Wait, is it Kota Ibushi or Kenta Kobashi?
Kota Ibushi. Ibushi, the former NWGP New Japan World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, which we'll discuss that, but I'll get into that later very briefly. But I see Kota coming to the United States and confronting Kenny Omega. He'll be the one to dethrone
That'd be
Kenny
pretty sick.
Omega.
But do you think that they would give him the title?
I think they will, because that opens,
Really?
that will close, that would actually brings New Japan and AEW more closer.
What's that? Is it called the fourth door? What are we calling this? The door?
Forbidden.
The forbidden door.
Forbidden door. Yeah,
The
yeah.
forbidden door. But who else? Unless he brings alongside with Okada, or I mean, that's another one. You never know. Moxley probably will be like, oh, you know what?
The way MGC talks about Maki Ito being in AEW, like if Okada comes and Rainmaker comes over, dude, holy shit, it's gonna change the game.
That could be another person too who could probably be dethroning Kenny Omega as well.
They're like 1-1 or something like that. They got a pretty even record.
These are the two, okay, because you have Kenny Omega's lover, best friend, former tag partner.
Wait,
And then,
no.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah,
I'll leave that there.
Yeah, leave that aside. Then you have, and then you have his, former rival, greatest matches he ever had in history in New Japan, especially in Dominion. It went over an hour and almost like 27 minutes, almost 33 minutes, I believe. So it was. Those are the two top tier guys from New Japan that are able to go ahead and challenge Kenny Omega here in the United States, because they're familiar of his work and they're familiar of the group who's able to go ahead and get dethroned. That OG Bullet Club. That's like one theory. That's a theory that I have. The other theory that could happen, but it would not make sense in my opinion, but if they do it, is if they bring the current Bullet Club and actually have Jay White lead the way facing Kenny Omega and the rest of the crew. The Bullet Club Civil War. Civil War might happen. That could be another third route they can go to with. I agree with both of you guys. It's more like, I don't know where they're going from here. We don't know. Because now it's just like, okay, you're heels, you're becoming like the NWO. Yeah, you're running everything, blah, 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 But we don't know what's the next program. Does it get you intrigued? But we're open hearts, of course.
It gets the smart intrigue. Again, we talk about what the American crowd, the casual crowd who's just flipping through the channels versus the people who know what the fuck we're talking about. And AEW is pretty good generally about you caring about someone you may have never heard of. So if it goes that route, we're going to have to get some packages, some video reels, some interviews, some catch-ups, So they can do that, but they would have to get people to care.
Yeah. I think that's like the best route to be able to do, because as of right now, the other thing they're lacking as well, we still have not seen no Impact talent in AEW. We only seen AEW in Impact, but what about Impact in AEW? We need to see that still. We need to see Rich Swann. Why he's not up there? He should go up there. He's going to be defending the belt anyways on the 24th against Omega. They should really be getting these Impact talents to go and make a statement for themselves too on AEW television. But yeah, I'm with you guys 100%. It just I don't know where they're going to go from here. You finally made it, okay, after all this time. Finally, you're a heel. Perfect. You're back together. The band is back together. And now what? What else is next? That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, me too. But I just want to know.
Yeah, I
don't know. It doesn't feel like they have their end game.
No, that's what. But I feel. But those theories that I've thrown could be their end game of it. Yeah. I feel that could be the great route they're able to go ahead and aim at and to do that happen. To make that happen. All right, so now let's go to the final topic of the night for part one. This is pro wrestling news. There's not much pro wrestling news. It's only like 3 things that I would like to get your guys' thoughts. Well, yeah, 3 things. But this one very briefly. Quatar Pro Wrestling. They announced, in Quatar, they will be doing an event December 22nd.
Is that the one in San Bernardino?
No, Qatar Pro.
Really? Qatar?
Yes.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, they always do their Super Slam like on every yearly. I believe they do it, or like every other year. This is Super Slam 3, so they're doing it for next year in December 2022, which they'll be having former and current WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact. They pretty much will have current people from the roster to go over there as well. So they'll be working together for the first time. AEW talent and WWE talent.
Wow, I didn't know there was a promotion in Qatar.
I'm
pretty stoked on that.
Yeah,
pretty stoked on that.
Yeah,
wait. You're saying current
Yes.
WWE talent with AEW talent.
Yes.
Who's organizing this?
Qatar.
It has to be royalty.
It's royalty money.
Yeah.
It's royalty. The king gets what he wants. Money, money, money.
Ooh.
Wow, yeah, I see that right there.
We don't know that. We don't know the lineup as of yet. We only know the stars, certain stars that will be there, but mainly the formers, but not the current. That we don't know.
What is happening? Look at this card.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice card.
Tell us.
Holy shit! PJ Black, Enzo, Brian Cage, Mark. I mean, I don't know if they're all wrestling. They're all appearing. Carlito, Rob Van Dam, Matt Sydal, Kevin Nash, Road Warrior, Alberto, Great Khali, Brian Cage, Rich Swann. This is pretty crazy that they're able to. Matt Cross, dude, Chris Masters with the Master Lock. What's up, dude? That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this is last year's.
Oh, yeah. Told you that. Yeah, last year. So
there is a 3. I found the 3 one. It says confirms. Yeah, I found the 3, but yeah, even still, I love that.
Yeah. They got the money. They're able to pull it off. Definitely.
Into it, yeah. As long as they, treat everybody respectfully.
Oh, definitely.
Not try to unpay them like, other people who didn't let their plane leave the tarmac. Jesus.
Oh man, Matt Callis is working today, ladies and gentlemen. He's working overtime, so he was not able to join us this evening. Maybe part 2, maybe he'll join us. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see on that. But okay, moving with that. During the press conference for preview of NXT Takeover 1, Triple H was given a question like. I believe I forgot who actually asked that question. So I've been seeing that AJ Styles been bugging you for quite some time, Triple H, for a match. What's up with that? Why haven't you taken that match? His response is like, well, I don't have the time. I need to get ready. Come on, I got to be prepared for a Mania match, especially against AJ. But I don't have the time to work out, to get in the ring, all of that. It takes a time for me to develop to get that. And that's his response, and I respect him for that. At least he said it. He doesn't want to, right?
Boo.
You don't want the smoke.
It's excuses, Triple H. Come on. Wrestling is all you know. You should be able to just hop on in there and deliver a good match.
Yeah.
Or give him Shawn Michaels.
No, Shawn Michaels doesn't want to. Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Okay, does it? And with Shawn Michaels, does he really want? Or Adam Cole? Does Shawn Michaels really want that horrendous tag match to be as his last match ever? If I were him, I would want this.
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be.
Nobody does.
No,
even non-Shawn fans are kind of upset about that. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I guess it's lame of excuses for Triple H. I mean, do you agree with that too? I mean, should he be having this match next year with AJ at Mania?
Oh, a year from now?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah. Triple H, he's the game, the cerebral assassin for a reason. He's a great tactician. Cardio is the only thing that he would have to work on. His body will take care of the rest of it. Muscle memory. I mean, the dude's huge. He's probably weighing in at like at his peak, he was like 268, and his lightest was 248. Don't ask how I know that. I like mass. I'm kidding. He's got a year to just get the cardio up, man. The body will take care of the rest. Body knows what to do. That's all it is.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I'll book it next year, right, Money Mike? Why not?
Yeah. Next year, Dallas, Texas. I'm all in.
There you go. All in.
Double or nothing.
All in.
I'm double. And
then also, Dark Side of the Ring is coming, season 3, May 6th. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to seeing Dark Side of the Ring season 3. Love it.
A dark show. It's it does not pull punches.
Dark good shit.
If you think 30 for 30 is good, this is like if Stephen King had written it.
Yeah, I love it especially. And then we did get CM Punk's comments about the whole Jericho, Austin, coming in, Broken Skull sessions. CM Punk pretty much said a bold statement. And Vince McMahon, I love that everybody's involved, and I like the fact that Vince McMahon is pretty much saying that I am not afraid of AEW. So this is pretty much like a Vince standing up to them, like, go ahead. If anything, you're gonna do me a favor.
Yeah,
and
I'm not threatened by you at all. Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like the big monster is saying like, you can bite my ankles all you want, I won't feel a thing.
yeah. Do you agree with that? Yeah, I mean, Mike, do you agree with that?
So about this whole Broken Skull interview, man, I'm very looking forward to it. And in the teaser, Austin asked Jericho, "Oh, who are your favorite tag team partners?" He mentioned Big Show and Sammy Guevara, both of which are in AEW. So I feel like it's no holds barred. They will be able to talk about pretty much anything. At least that's what it seems like so far. So, yeah, I don't think that Vince is scared per se of AEW, and I know that we're gonna see a huge difference in the war, so to speak, between AEW and WWE once NXT goes to Tuesdays. Now, I know that AEW is going to have Wednesdays all for themselves, but with that comes the whole, if they don't deliver on the ratings, how are they going to explain it now? They're not going to be able to say, oh, well, NXT had this WrestleMania thing going on, so that's why we didn't, No, at this point, they're on their own. They have no excuses as to why they wouldn't pull an audience. So I feel like WWE knows that. So WWE didn't run from Wednesdays. They didn't run. I feel like it's strategy, and it might be a genius strategy to get rid of AEW, because if WWE can't get rid of them, then the ratings will. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
That's a bold statement. Very great analogy, but I feel that I'm going to have to go with my guts on sticking with George Mackay. Shout out to my hermano, George Mackay. I mean, he made a solid statement when we did the top 5 this past week. I mean, it's all monopolized. And plus, they're all pretty sure they all sit down with each other in a big, debate circle. Hey, pal, I'm moving to Tuesdays. Hey, Don, I need you to move to Thursdays. Yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, you know what? Of course. Next level consciousness, I'll move to Thursdays because they eat shit on Thursdays, No, why not? I'm pretty sure
So you're saying that there's this group chat going on between McMahon, Khan, and Callis?
Yes. There's 100%.
And George had mentioned, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this beautiful theory, that this has been going on since Ted Turner bought WCW.
Yes.
That Ted Turner was the first person in the pocket of Vince, and that entire Monday Night War was constructed by both of them.
Yeah. Definitely. That's his conspiracy theory. And
he makes it, he made the way George explains it, brother. Find the episode. I'm sold. And he says that it applies today. He says Khan's in his pocket. He's telling Khan what and when to do it, and they're just doing it, and it's working for everybody.
Yeah.
If that's so, then George is next level consciousness.
Definitely. But I mean, it benefits everyone at the end. You got WWE has Monday and Tuesdays. AEW has Wednesdays. Impact has Thursdays. WWE have Fridays. I mean, yeah, you still have the other ones. You still have Ring of Honor, who still have Mondays on YouTube.
When are AEW pay-per-views? They're Saturday, right?
They're normally Saturdays, yeah. They do it Saturday.
WWE pay-per-views are Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I like the fact that they're able to work within each other. And why not? You're pretty much exposed. The major promotions are 5 days out of the week. And that's amazing for them. And yes, I agree with your analogy, though, Mike. Like, this can be one thing you're right about is there's no excuse for AEW to suck in the ratings moving forward.
Yeah, after this, it's going to be like...
Yeah, because you're on your own, buddy.
Support beams are cracking on the foundation.
Because if that's so, and if NXT looks good on Tuesdays, then, oh my God, yeah, it looks like there's a problem, AEW. That means you got to fix shit up for sure. Yeah. Like, that's a must, You see, there you have it. It doesn't mean that we're all AEW marks. We love professional wrestling, period.
Absolutely.
That's what we love. But yes, and of course, the last one of the pro wrestling news that got everybody sparking because this individual called him out. I mean, but I don't see it. We talked about it before, and what I'm talking about is when Will Ospreay defeated Kota Ibushi to become the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion this past weekend at Sakura Genesis, the post conference that they always have in New Japan. He called out Drew McIntyre. He called out He called out CM Punk. And so, of course, CM Punk responds.
Of course he does. And Phil's going to Phil. CM has
Phil's being Phil, responding. Yeah, I'll be so intrigued, but as of right now, I'm doing movies. But interesting.
Is he, though? I didn't know that.
That's what his statement says. I'm like,
straight to DVD, I guess.
Straight to DVD. Yeah, straight to Netflix or Netflix or on DVD, or Hulu. Never know. But yeah, CM Punk being challenged by Will Ospreay. Of course, who wouldn't want to see that dream match? Do I see it happening going to CM Punk? I think it could. New Japan has the ability to make that happen for a one-night show for Punk, for Wrestle Kingdom coming up by the end of the year. Next year, January, they could do it. It could be a possibility, but big money talks for Punk for a one-night show. That's that's a lot of money to do. They have the availability to do it, but I don't. Once again, we've been saying this for the past couple episodes in the archives, ladies and gentlemen. It's overrated already. I'm done with him. I'm lost my hopes. Catch me when I will change my mind if I see him on television the next following day. Then I'll say something, Then I'll be like, you know what? I'll take it back.
Right.
Yeah, but as of right now, no, man. He's not gonna come. If he does go to New Japan, that'll be a hell of a shock.
I honestly just straight up, I'm going to say this out loud. I don't think CM Punk could hold up to whatever Will Ospreay would do in the ring.
God.
There's not
even.
I agree.
I don't care how controversial this statement is, man, but CM Punk's better on the mic than in the ring. And now that Will Ospreay is catching his mic skills up to his in-ring skills, it's not even a comparison, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and just very briefly as the last topic of the night for part one, I just want to mention, don't forget to tune in tonight as well for the beginning of the New Japan J Cup as they start tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The first rounds, man, I cannot wait. We have Clark Connors versus Leo Rush, Brody King versus Chris Dickerson, Yen Narita versus Tom Lawler, Hikuleo versus Fred Roser. The winner of that gets the new, not only the prestigious cup of the J Cup, but the new open weight Japan Strong Style Championship, courtesy of our brother, our El Patron, David Marquez, who created that belt for the New Japan Strong USA. And I like the belt. It's beautiful. If you have not seen it, go ahead. I like it. Like the little lion, the New Japan logo right in the middle of it, like a little circle. It's amazing. Loved it. Great concept. And finally, they're actually bringing a belt to the U.S. New Japan. So I'm looking forward to see who wins that tournament. I think it might be either. I'm going for. Damn, I'd rather go for Clark Connors or Brody King. One of them two. I would like to see one of them win it. But I'm looking forward for that. So it starts tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you tune in on NewJapanWorld.com. And also, if you missed out as well, go check out Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 6. Josh Barnett beat the shit out of John Moxley. Check that shit out because, man, that's a hell of a shoot wrestling between these two individuals. Check that out also on that Fight TV as well. And of course, don't forget, there's a lot of indie pro wrestling. You have our fellow brother, Jeremy Gomez, GC Generation Championship Wrestling happening tonight as well. Make sure you order it on TitleMatchNetwork.com as we run this town. As our brothers, the Coach Drink will be entering that and be getting a title shot for the Generation Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles. You will have EC3 versus Moose. You have Leo Rush for Casey Navarro. Man, so much. Their card is stacked. So make sure you tune in for that. It's awesome.
Is so crazy. I remember we were talking to Jeremy just 6 months ago about the future of his company that was fledgling at the time, and now he's got EC3 and Moose and all these megastars coming up, and still bringing up his own, homegrown talent. It's good times, man.
Good times too, yeah. And also don't forget to also go to Global Syndicate Wrestling. Their tickets now are on sale for their high voltage. Make sure you purchase your TV tapings for that, and we will have future announcements for that as well. And also their upcoming pay-per-view Catalyst coming in May. That's going to be another epic pay-per-view that we're looking forward to. And so keep an eye on us as well. We might do some giveaway. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll be quiet on that. Yeah, you never know. So, yeah, this, besides tuning in SmackDown tonight. No, tune in more. The hell with that. Tune in on these indie promotions as they provide you the best quality professional wrestling that, by God, it's WrestleMania week for all of them. Game Changer, GS, everything. Tune in for that, ladies and gentlemen. And also, now announcements. You saw this past week, we did see Circle Debate presents An Evening with the CK1, the director himself. So we will have another concept as well, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, our host, the CK1, Chris Kennedy, will be hosting an evening with El Director, as he will have various guests on the show. So keep an eye on that. He will have that announcements either every Wednesday or every Tuesday. He will notify you as possible. So stay tuned for that. And also starting next week on Thursdays mornings or either nighttime, we're able to go ahead. Actually, Thursday mornings, we will go ahead and give our match of the week. As we're not only picking major promotions, we're also picking independent promotions that we feel that you guys should be tuning in to watch, which was the match of the week. And this will happen individually between either Chris Kennedy would do 1 week, the next week would be Mike, the next week would be myself, Matt, back and forth, as we will deliver what match of the week you guys should be tuning in. So a lot of new content coming up after episode, beginning on episode 50 coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is the end of part one because El Director, unfortunately, has to work, or he wants to stick around, but he has to go to work. He has to go to work.
I got to do some things, man. I got to support myself.
Hey, man, I got to do my things. I got to go to work. I got to get the papers. The papers.
It doesn't come free.
Hey, it doesn't come free. It doesn't come free. No. But yes, thank you very much for watching part one, ladies and gentlemen. And adios to the CK1, Chris Kennedy. But in part two, so don't go anywhere, as the Money Mike and I myself have to talk about Stand and Deliver. Did they stand and they delivered? So we'll be talking about part one right after this.